All right, welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters qualifiers for the Asian region for San Jose as we get into our second semi-final of the day. It's going to be between MC and Rain, as Rain was victorious over Zest.
Yeah, so really showing Rain's form recently, being #1 on Grandmaster and now being able to beat Zest in that bracket.
All right, so let's get into it. As these guys were very, very fast into the game. As we have spawning up to the top left-hand corner, it is our red Protoss. Currently teamless, it is Rain. And another technically teamless guy over on the top right, it is MC.
So the best part about this series and MC being in it is that MC, because he plays in Europe and because everyone says to players like MC, yeah, you play in Europe, the easier region, you never play against these top Korean dogs.
Yeah.
And it really winds him up. It actually really annoys him. You know, an example of this is when he played Flash in Toronto and he beat Flash. Everyone was like, yeah, you're already dead, you already lost. And then he beat Flash, right, in the first out of the 2 series. And then he screamed into the crowd like, I'm the boss toss, or something like that, or a swear word with the boss toss, because he always wants to challenge the best, because he thinks you know how MC is. He likes to think he's better than everyone. So he always likes to either challenge innovation, challenge Flash, challenge players like Zest. But Rain, I'm pretty sure, is fine for him. And he just wants to be seen beating the best of the best. So, you know, it's kind of the MC... It's always been MC. I mean, he got nicknamed the Suicide Toss for a reason back in Brood War because of his positive and very confident attitude. I guess we'll get to see him here against, arguably, top 3 Protoss in the world.
Yeah, and in the end, for MC, this is actually a really important match for us as spectators, because we get to see how his PvP is shaping up. Also going on to BlizzCon, where his first opponent is going to be Hero. So imagine if he actually gets past this series, and then we see MC versus Hero, which is the first game over the round of 16 at BlizzCon. Like, my mind is actually going to explode.
Yeah, that's pretty epic, actually, if that was to happen.
Yeah.
The funny thing with MC is that he turned up a little bit late for today's qualifier. It wasn't too late that he got disqualified, but he turned up late and then smashed his first 2 games 2-0, 2-0, like really fast.
And one of those was Stardust, a player that he
2-1 maybe
lost to in a WCS final.
Yeah, 2-0 versus Stardust.
Yeah.
These 2 players have played twice before, a long time ago, though. Rain did win both series 2-0. So he's got a winning record against MC. But already we have a pretty standard setup. You know, just the regular double gas openings from both Protoss players here and both probe scouting at the same time. So we're not going to see any decisions until the probes are left. Obviously, you're not going to show the information on what they want to do while your opponent's looking at you. But as the cybercore finishes up, both probes usually leave. And that's where we're going to start to see some deviations between these 2. Yeah,
MC was actually being quite observant in his opponent's base, so he clicked on both of the gases. So technically, if he's very on top of his gas counts, he should know that because he had 3 and 3, whereas Rain only had 2 and 3 in both of them, then he knows that he's a little bit ahead in terms of the gas count and can anticipate that he has more gas in essence compared to his opponent.
Well, as soon as MC leaves, Rain throws down the Twilight Council. MC has always been a very heavy gateway-oriented player, likes to be in your face type of player, and currently with no tech choice, he's got a sentry being built. I think he's going to go one gateway expansion here, saving up minerals. Sentry to obviously force field to scout with a hallucinated Phoenix, whereas we got Rain with a potential blink, more so than not a blink opening here. His mothership core has been very smart though. He's having a look around here, and once he sees this Nexus, he gets to choose. Does he challenge the fast Nexus, or does he not? He reveals, or doesn't reveal his mothership core, but is watching that Nexus right now. He then backs off and throws down 2 gateways. Chrono Boost Twilight Council. He will challenge MC for this fast expansion.
Yes, he will. And MC right now has no clue that this has all been revealed. So he's going to throw down the robot. MC is playing such a safe build in essence with the extra sentries and even in the mineral line because he's completely unaware. He doesn't know what's going on. Is it a Stargate? What is it?
Yeah, one thing he's weak against is Stargate, but he's not playing against that here. That's the only thing he's kind of weak about because obviously the robotics facility just doesn't help him out. But it will do in this case if he can get an Immortal out in time. Rain knows his opponent's playing defensive, obviously with an expansion, puts the pylon outside his base.
Yeah.
Right outside there, and he's going to be in his face immediately here. And MC is throwing down the robo, the extra gateways. He's got all the tools necessary to defend this, but Can he defend it is the question.
Rain going for a Stargate behind this as well.
Yeah, so he's more than likely going to be building an Oracle. So he's going to keep MC's attention on the natural and maybe swing an Oracle to the main base to split the minimal amounts of forces that MC has here. Yeah,
this is really cool by Rain. He's poking around on the right-hand side as well with his Mothership Core, trying to find like what's really going on at that mineral line as well. And he does not let the Nexus complete. 3 Stalkers aren't going to kill it instantly.
Well, there's Mothership Core inside the main base for Rain. It's going to poke in, have a jab into the probe line.
It's nice. It's nice.
It's 1 probe, working on another.
Anything he can get is really good.
2, working for a 3rd, and then probably recall out.
Ooh, that's really close. Ow.
But he sacrifices Mothership Core for 3 probe kills. MC is forced to use the Photon Overcharge in the main. Blink is ready, so he can jump out of here.
Yeah.
And he's going to bring the Mothership Core down.
Oh, wow. Nice.
There's not going to be a second Photon Overcharge.
Saved all of his Stalkers. That's really, really well done. And look how much damage the Nexus has taken.
Yeah, and he's only built 3 Stalkers too, Rain. He's expanded behind this, so his expansion's not even that far behind. So he's killed 3 probes. He's been chrono boosting his own probes.
Doesn't want to be really going up there. He's going to blink back and try and get a sentry. Doesn't get it in the end.
Rain's got an 8 probe lead advantage, and his Nexus is almost done with an Oracle that can come into and split the forces, as mentioned before, and no Photon Overcharge. Rain is going to have an expansion done in a second. He's going to now work on the probes in the mineral line of MC, which MC's not going to be expecting here. The only thing that Rain's going to be weak against is maybe a push out from MC with like 2 Immortals or something. But
it's so clever by Rain. You don't, after seeing this Blink opener, you really don't expect this kind of delayed Oracle to just fly into your mineral line and go for this. Now he warps in some Stalkers, so good reactions, but at the same time he's losing so many workers. And Rain, so clever, focuses down already some of the weak probes during that.
Yeah, and Rain is absolutely picking apart MC easily. He just, like when we casted him yesterday when he qualified through, everything Rain does, he knows exactly what he's going to do, what he's going to achieve, and how to get the best results with what he has present. And to be honest, he's rocked this game. He's got double the probe count.
Yeah, it's really, really impressive.
Not committing too heavily to the Stalkers, knowing that MC was preparing himself, as I mentioned, with the tools necessary to make the defense.
He might even get more probes. He's actually going straight to the natural.
So beautiful play from Rain. There's no reason why anyone would ever doubt that Rain is not one of the best in the world.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's that he's always active with his units. I mean, this Oracle has almost always just been flying around looking for angles.
MC's Observer is looking and saying, I hate you. Yeah. I cannot believe how far ahead you are in this game, because MC sees the amount of probes that his opponent has.
And the Forge as well whirring away, was right now, MC is just stuck between a rock and a hard place. I mean, what can he actually do?
He's got if he attacks, then he gets countered by Blink Stalkers that can jump in his main base. There's obviously going to be a Photon Overcharge. Cannons if they see a push out. Rain defends a push. The only way MC can do this is if he plays from behind and tries to find a way to win in the later game somewhere. But that's not going to be easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, Rain from this point on, he just has all the options in the world. He can do whatever he really well likes. He could go for a gateway push. He could just tech up and play fine. He's getting his Robo. He's getting a lot of gateways as well, though. Jeez, and the Templar Archives, so... He's really diversifying his tech, and he can, because he is so far ahead.
And I love the choice of composition that Rain's building here, just mass gateway units. If MC comes out, he just surrounds him with mass zealots, archons, +1 attack. He can work on +2 attack in a second as well. MC's in a bit of a pickle right now. Rain is trying to figure out exactly where MC's going with this, because he's still only on 3 gateways. The Forge has been added in. But
okay, well, this Blink is on cooldown now, so he's going to lose quite a few of these Stalkers. MC read that well to actually deny that from happening because of the synergy between the Oracle and the Stalkers. And Revelation used on the sentries.
Keeping tracks of if MC was to move out here.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think Rain can take a 3rd in a second. He's so far ahead.
He
may just try to end the game. I mean, he could build up a massive army and then just go. But building the Warp Prism, that kind of shows us that he wants to get out on the other side of the map. Whether that be to use as a kind of a unit to warp into the main base while attacking at the front.
Is he going to... Wait,
either way, Rain is just so very far ahead in this game.
Yeah, he really is. Warp Prism on the way in just a little bit. Hallucinated Phoenix for MC are going to try and keep an eye on things, but...
Well, MC goes in and says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gone 6 gateways.
He sees the ones at the natural as well.
8 gateways. Oh my god, where am I? Do I surrender to it? He's matching it right now. He's going 4 extra gateways, Blink, and Templar Archives.
High Templar in the Warp Prism for the feedback on the Mothership Core.
Yeah, he's just going to attack here. Rain's just going to attack. He's going to try and end MC. He gained double the probe advantage in the early game. that is something that you just can't come back from at this level of play. Not against Rain.
Yeah, he takes the engagement at the front. The Archons will crush force fields, and then even if he can hold at the front, the Oracle's going to threaten at the back if Rain chooses to. I mean, his army supply is huge, 66 against 39. Here comes the Warp Prism to try and find the Mothership Core, but it has to be careful of Stalkers.
Yeah, he's having a quick look, and MC can probably guess what that is, but he's going to go for it. He's found it, but unfortunately, Photon Overcharge was cast before he could get up the ramp.
Yeah. And where are you going, Probe?
MC is going to have a hard time. It's 84 army supply to 52. To be honest, the game was over in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. Rain, he's checking the bases down to the south as well, just in case his opponent does have any little angle in this on like a hidden base.
Yeah. Is Rain going to go up here and try to attack into this?
He could.
He's kind of posturing himself ready to. He's also getting +2 in Immortals just in case behind.
But look how patient he is. I mean, he doesn't even have to go. That's the thing. Like, the army of MC is just completely inferior in almost every single way. Just having 4 Archons now to push this forwards.
Yeah, MC has high ground advantage.
Yeah.
We'll have a better spread up the top there of that ramp where the Zealots have to filter through. Rain is going to drop 4 Zealots in the main and probably warp in a bit more as well to try to drag MC's army around so he can open up this natural for himself to launch his attack, and in 20 seconds he'll have that +2 as well on top of this.
Oh, I guess I missed the Oracle dying. Apologies for that. But anyway, looks like Rain posturing, looking to push up the ramp. There's the Warp Prism harass. There's already a lot of Stalkers there, actually, so MC was doing a good job of preparing for that.
Here we go. +2 attack finishes as he goes into this base.
That really opens up the floodgates, and that's a lot of Zealots that Rain has here. The Archons just need to move forward to kill some of those force fields, and then with that, MC's army is just going to get crushed.
Yeah, just wonderful. Wonderful game here from Rain. GG. Wonderful game.
Wow, wow, wow. He played out so, I mean, it's like it's very rare you actually see the amount of damage being done that Rain did there to then just say, well, my Nexus is on the way, and then I have a 10 probe lead from that point on. Yeah. Really well executed because it's not as conventional a style, the blink into delayed Oracle to catch him off guard.
It's really funny because most Protoss players in Europe or some of the Protoss players that MC has played before kind of really commit to this Stalker play, saying, okay, I've got to get a lot of damage done because this guy's so far ahead. But the sacrificial Mothership Core, even though it wasn't really meant to be, kind of still got its job. 3 probe kills there while being credit boosted at home. Only 3 Stalkers at the start, putting pressure on while he just expands behind it. So it was just minimal investment, but so much out of it that he gained.
Yeah.
And then MC just fell apart. The Oracle was a great little counter swing in as well. And you can think about when the Stargate was built was ages before that we actually saw it happen.
Yes.
So you can see and think how far ahead Rain's planning all these moves before they actually happen.
Yeah, and you do crumble in MC's shoes if you're unfortunately hit by that. Anyway, game number 2 is going to be on King Sejong Station. And if Rain goes in with a similar level of plan, it's going to be hard for MC here. Let's get into things. Let's see if MC can tie it up, as we have spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner. He's currently 1-0 up in this best of 3, looking to advance on to play against Hero in the winners. It is Rain. And up to the top left-hand corner, it's our blue Protoss. It is MC. MC.
All right, so King Sejong Station here is a lot more difficult to establish a second base if MC was to try something similar again. The way that MC played that game wasn't very MC-like. It was more so a more defensive Protoss player because it was a defensive opener. MC is the type of player who likes to be in your face.
Yeah. To
be honest, the way that Rain played, it was like these names were switched around. It was like,
yeah, definitely.
Rain played the way MC likes to usually play and vice versa. So I would imagine here that MC is going to try and put the game a little bit more in his favor. MC is at his best and is at his strongest when he is the one able to dictate the pace of the game, not the other way around.
Definitely, 100%.
And already 11 gateway coming out from MC. Straight away, he didn't play how he usually plays in game 1. He switches it up. He's going in your face, really aggressive from the get-go. And we'll see what this 11 gate translates into.
That's the scary thing about Rain, though, in the end, is that also he, so well known for this defensive kind of style. When I keep watching him, be it against Protoss, be it against Zergs, I'm not 100% sure against Terran at the moment, but
yeah.
He's being aggressive, right? We're seeing these aggressive tendencies out of Rain, and if he can switch back and forth from these defensive styles to aggressive styles, then that makes Rain all the more scary.
Absolutely. A player very unpredictable and no idea what to expect from him. It's very difficult to play with for sure. But MC with his fast gateway here, it's finishing up now. A good, what's this, 10 seconds before his opponents. What does he want to do with this? Is it for a really fast Twilight Council, really fast Stargates? That's the thing that should be coming out from him here. That's the two structures you should be looking at. You don't really get an 11 gateway to go Zealot, Mothership Core, Stalker very much. You wanted like a 10 gateway or something like this, not so much an 11. So I would imagine that he'd be wanting to get a tech structure out fast.
Well, Rain is already scouting out all the bottom of the map, realizing that, well, yeah, this is MC. He probably still understands
well,
what
I think
MC
he's actually going to plant something here himself.
Oh, true. Yeah, you got a good point.
Yeah, I think he's going to put like maybe a Twilight Council down here.
Wow. Okay, then.
So a little bit far away for a Stargate, so I'd imagine like a Twilight Council could be a Dark Templar build from him.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
But what is MC doing? So MC is like with the fastest Cyber Core, but nothing really coming out from him yet. He's waited for the Mothership Core. To be honest, he hasn't really utilized much of his opening here.
Yeah,
he does have a 20-second advantage with his Walkgate research because he started it earlier, but it's Rain the one that actually has the faster tech structure, and it is going to be Stargate down here, a little bit far away, but of course is not really going to be scouted.
Yeah, it might lull MC into a false sense of security here, as his Mothership Core is on the way across the map. But again, as you said, there isn't really a lot of synergy between his gateway opener and then the slowness of this tech behind it all.
Yeah.
So
he didn't really use the 11 gateway very well in this game, unless, I mean, I don't know what he was planning to use it for. But either way, MC's having a look at the natural. There's no fast expansion at all. He's going to try and swing around with his Mothership Core, but we'll get no information. And by going Twilight Council, unless MC leaves units inside his mineral line, he will be exposed to this Oracle.
Yeah, definitely. He's getting on the extra 2 gateways as well, though.
His Mothership Core's on the other side of the map, and if it gets in trouble, it has to recall, which means there's no energy for Photon Overcharge, which, again, is a lack of defense against this Oracle.
Yeah, and even if it doesn't recall, it's still a long way home with that energy to actually throw down the Photon Overcharge anyway, as the Oracle is going to be on the way soon. Look at this pylon, so aggressive by Rain.
Yeah, so he's finishing up with 3 gateways behind this. Depending on how much damage this Oracle does, he can easily launch an attack.
And the Mothership Core got very little information overall. It really didn't see the extent of gateways.
2 Stalkers moving out from the middle line for MC. He's not keeping them at defense. The probe went in, and MC moved out, probably to see if there's any pylons around or something, but...
Oh, look at MC going for exactly the same build that Rain did in the past game, but it's really not going to work out. This is all lined up poorly here for him. Denying income, killing off a few probes here. This is a great start for Rain.
Yeah, 4 probe kills instantly.
And Stalkers eventually do come back to sort that out, but that's a nasty loss, nasty loss.
And Rain knows what he's playing against as well. The Stargate useless in this game for MC. He does not have money for that, so he has to cancel it and focus on units. And it is going to be Blink from MC, and I would imagine Blink again from Rain here, just to kind of match MC and then see how much he can hurt the economy and hopefully build more Stalkers than his opponent, as simple as that is.
In the end, also, I think it's a wise decision to actually cancel, because once you see an Oracle, you know your opponent has a Stargate, and if you see a Stargate 50% done, you just like make a Phoenix and then shut down whatever's going to happen. So
Rain catches MC's probe and pylon on the other side of the map. The funny thing is, despite opening up for a proxy Stargate, Rain has 5 Stalkers to 6. 1 Stalker difference, and 6 more probes because of the Oracle damage. If he just continues to warp in off these gateways, he's actually going to have more Stalkers than MC. It's 8-8 now, still with a 5 probe difference, and the Oracle still alive. Rain is in the lead in this game.
Yeah, and even the small lead that MC has in Blink isn't really that useful. Normally, you would like to seize the advantage before that goes on, but if he tried to, there's Photon Overcharge in defensive stance for Rain over the other side. So really not much that you can do with that. You're just having to use it for the defense yourself to deny the Oracle from doing anything else.
With the amount of units that Rain keeps building, I wonder if he's going to just attack here, because he could have squeezed in the Nexus a little bit earlier and then built some more, but he is awfully safe here with the amount of Stalkers that he's got, obviously. Dark Shrine's been built here for MC in a very open area where that Oracle could spot it. Looks like Rain is going to expand here in a wonderful position.
It's so funny that Oracle actually hasn't spotted that Dark Shrine just yet. If it's gone unspotted for the entirety of this game, then that is really, really cool. But of course, Envision is an ability that this Oracle has. So there is the opportunity to actually spot out Dark Templars if they come along.
Yeah. Where does MC really go from this? He's got a probe down to the bottom, and maybe that Dark Templar can work, but there is a robotics facility on the way. I'm so very surprised that, you know, the Oracle floating around the left-hand side and the right-hand side, you know, it's not there right now, and it hasn't spotted the Dark Shrines. A risky play from MC, but could be a way back into this.
Yeah. Stalker counts at the moment 11 to 9. So and 2 sentries actually here as well for Rain, who's moving out into the middle. Throws down Revelation, but that means he doesn't have energy for Envision.
This Dark Templar is going to be a nuisance. It's going to work, to be honest. I think it's going to work.
Did he just swap in 3? Whoa.
If he can charge that robotics facility here.
Yeah, he could.
Depending on if we see an observer squeezed out or not.
This is quite the bold move. This was pretty much one of the only ways he was
There's no Chronoboost available right now. You can't Chronoboost out an observer.
They just got in. They just walk in. And they're just going to go for the Robo. He just goes for the Forge.
What is he going to go for here? Pylons are... Yeah, you should just go for the Robo. There's no observer.
Yeah, that's going to
die. The game's over.
Oh, wow.
There's no observers. The game's over. Just like that.
Yeah.
Game's over.
Okay, he actually has enough money for another Robo on the middle of the map
well,
if he threw
he's
it down,
building another Oracle, but the amount of damage he's going to sustain here before the Oracle gets over there, he's going to lose the Nexus.
Yeah, at least he got his opponent's Nexus, so I'll force the cancel on that. I'm looking for the small glimmers of hope here. Force Field tries to save the Nexus for now.
Actually, he's keeping them away. The Oracle's on its way over, so maybe this isn't going to be just game over instantly. Keeping this Nexus alive is huge.
He does have energy for the Envision here, so he should be able to keep an eye on it, but he needs to keep the Nexus alive. It's so close.
Big pick off there for MC. Big pick off. Almost Rain saved it there.
Yeah, Archon also morphing in just for good measure at the end. But
I mean, he still has a Nexus on the other ground here, but this will allow MC to go take his own Nexus, and he's got...
he might just go for it. He's moving out with these Stalkers.
That's nice. Yeah, I thought he was going to move with a Probe here. I guess he is.
These guys, they just want to be in each other's face all the time. So there's another Robo on the way for an Observer, and the Nexus going back down in the main base, but that's a lot of Stalkers MC has. 19 against 11. Jeez.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have any more force fields to even split anything off. I mean, yes, of course, there is Blink available to him.
There's no Photon Overcharge either.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where MC excels, when he's the one, like I said earlier, setting the pace of the game.
Yeah, moves forwards, and these Blink Stalkers are going to be a whole lot more cost-efficient just because there's more of them. 19 against 10. 2 Oracles
he can just blink in there in a typical MC style.
Yeah, he could.
Jump forwards.
Yeah. Even some Zealots here as well to tank this up. Probes get pulled off the line, but Rain has been... He's been stumbled, unfortunately, as MC just blinks on forward and kills off the remaining Stalkers.
Yeah, there's still no detection, so you can just warp in a DT. The Oracle's dead. Well done by the boss toss. He actually takes a game here from Rain, and it is going to be tied up, and we are going to go to game 3.
Dark Templars make it happen. There you go, GG. 1-1 in this series to find out who moves on to play against Hero in the winners final.
And if, like you said earlier, if MC was to do that, it is a highlight for BlizzCon itself here. And it's actually a very important game too, because that is a game where they obviously don't want to show much because of BlizzCon, but at the same time, if you win that series, you're going to play and get a paid plane ticket and hotel expense to San Jose in America, so it's not like you can't not show what you want to do at BlizzCon. So it's a serious game up there. That's a good opportunity for MC, but of course this is Rain, so as much as MC won that game 2, the likelihood of him winning game 3 is not as high as Rain, so we have to keep that in mind as well. It's very rare that I root against Rain, but in this instance, I really, really, really want to see MC versus Hero because of that potential well, not potential, but the fact that it is that BlizzCon first round of 16 match. I really, really want to see that one. And Nimbus is going to be our third game between these two, between Rain and MC. And this one could technically go the distance. It's a good map for going the distance here on Protoss versus Protoss with the back expansion, etc. But with how aggressive these two have both played, there's all the opportunity for them just to try and kill each other very fast. Yeah, I mean, MC is a very aggressive opponent to play against, and Rain's got to be careful. He's got to make sure his defense is good. I mean, if Rain is the one kind of choosing the strategies, he's in an advantage. If he's the one, deflecting properly and scouting heavily, then I think he's at the advantage. But MC just needs to be the one, like I said earlier, and choose the strategies, control the pace of the game, and he could be able to beat Rain here. All right, well, spawning up to the top left-hand corner, cross positions, it is Rain. And down to the bottom right-hand corner, we have MC. The winner advances on to play against CJ Enters Hero in the upper bracket final for that spot at San Jose. So this map is a lot more difficult because it's just a more macro-oriented map because of the way the natural is inside your main base. So it's easier to take, it's easier to defend. The Photon Overcharge in the main kind of defends 2 areas, kinda. So a lot of common builds offer faster expansions here. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, Citra Expand's really cool on this map. I do like that. But at the same time, also, I sort of don't mind the Oracle because of the way the natural is structured.
Yeah,
and just bouncing back and forth. And it makes it really annoying for Stalkers to fully deal with.
Yeah, Stargate can be definitely good.
So we'll see what goes on. We'll see what happens. I think we've even seen some people try and blink plays on this map. MC actually tried it. Blink plays across this small chasm between the natural and this small ledge here. But you've got to be so careful about how you blink across that area because it's on the verge of blink extreme range.
Rain chose the 12 gateway here. He halted his pro production for a split second to get in a slightly faster gateway. And you know, it's only a difference of 5 seconds or so. It's not huge, but it is a difference between the two builds here. And he is scouting faster, so he wants to know where his opponent is earlier.
Yeah. Makes me think that maybe he's going to take the initiative in a similar way that we saw MC try to in the previous game, but actually use it for like a really quick proxy. But there's still options available.
For sure. MC sends out his probe just as the Cybercore starts its way. And to be honest, I'm not too sure if MC is going to get any scouting information in this game at all because the probe's kind of late. And on a 4-play map, people either don't scout at all or scout early like Rain has because of the likelihood of not seeing your opponent in one of the first positions to then get denied a scout. Therefore, the probe is pretty much useless to why it went out there. And as you can see, Rain's going to go in nice and early because he scouted early. It's going to see MC's build, which is just a traditional, regular double gas opener, all on one base, saturating the minerals and gas before making any decisions.
Well, this Stargate comes down in his base very, very
fast.
before
any kind of extra unit here.
Yeah.
And the Mothership Core's on its way, and it should be able to squeeze out in time, obviously, to stop MC's probe. And MC's probe are already on the way home, so...
Oh, I think MC's probe's on the way to the bottom left, right? Because he thinks that if his opponent has scouted at the same time, then that probe entered the base at the same time as his entered the top.
He's expecting Rain to have scouted after the Cybercore here, so he's just got no idea what's going on. To be honest, he wasn't really going to get any information anyway because it's too late to get any now. He's going to know where his opponent is by process of elimination, but that's all he's going to get.
That's a real shame for him.
But this Phoenix opener against a Stargate from MC as well, who's chosen it. So equal strategies, but it is Rain who's faster and has chosen the more dominant unit of all three from the Stargate here. So if MC goes for an Oracle, he's going to be in a pickle unless he uses the size of the map to his advantage and luckily gets the Oracle around the Phoenix.
Yeah.
And then squeezes into the mineral line. But the Phoenix is already on its way to scout, and MC might have to change his plan a bit here.
There's extra gateways going down here for him. He's have to make his own Phoenix himself. So after seeing that one with the probe at the very front, as now it's going to straight head in and get good scouting information, basically. Because there was their opportunity for that probe to sneak in before, but it was actually denied.
So a Phoenix versus Phoenix game. These are a little bit more rare than they have been in the past. And these become really weird games too.
Oh, yes.
So it's going to be 3 gateways by Rain. It looks like he will expand here. So you can't really switch out of Phoenixes now.
No.
You're stuck because if you try to switch out, it becomes quite difficult as the Phoenixes control the game. Probes, Mothership Core threatened, units threatened. And he also has all scouting on his side and not yours.
And also, it's really odd how you balance Phoenix production with Pro production in this matchup when it's Phoenix versus Phoenix, because almost always you have to then keep chrono boosting into Phoenix because of how fast they build. And if your opponent keeps doing that as well, then they naturally gain this weird advantage.
Well, there's a couple of things here to think as well. Who grabs, and if they want to grab a fast second Stargate, do you want to try and squeeze out the +1 attack, which makes a big impact in these games? Do you want to try and maybe squeeze out the fleet beacon? When do you do that to get Rain? So
that makes a huge difference. Massive.
So there's a couple of decisions that they're going to have to make here, and one wrong move, if their opponent switches into a full-out gateway explosion with just a few Phoenixes and catches you while you're teching up too heavily, you know, there's a couple of ways this plays out. And currently, no decisions made yet, though. Just Phoenix production, expansions coming in naturally. Who's going to make the first move here? Look at Rain actually having a good scout around with his Phoenixes. Yeah,
Rain actually throws his Chrono Boost into Nexus compared to a lot of Chrono Boosts going into the Stargate here for MC. So eventually he should be able to kind of give himself a little boost in this Phoenix number.
Interestingly, Robo versus Twilight here. Robo's been pushed in. because it gives you detection in case there is a spin-off DT play that may come from the Twilight Council of MC here. Obviously, if you're going to play Phoenix versus Phoenix, then you don't really have detection, which is why sometimes you build a cannon in the mineral line, or like Rain's doing, getting the Robo out. What is MC going to do with this? Does he want to try and go DTs? Does he want to try and hide that tech? Does he want to try and squeeze a pylon out? Does he plan on getting Blink and then trying to go for a massive, gateway attack? So Blink is his choice here.
Likewise, Rain, though. Twilight Council on the way.
Neither player have got any extra info. None. Since they both knew they were building Phoenixes here. So a very tense game because they just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, the Phoenix have been so passive.
So Rain's got a hallucinated Phoenix coming into the back here. Won't get much info. Apart from his opponent hasn't taken gases yet. And warping in Stalkers. So Stalkers and no gases is money away from additional Phoenix, weirdly enough. So Rain decides to choose Blink himself. Still playing this very cautiously. Still not entirely sure what's going on.
He forced a lot of his chrono boost into the Nexus, so he did gain a probe advantage during all of this, and that came at the cost of having one less Phoenix out compared to his opponent, but he's still chrono boosting into probe, so Rain is playing very, very greedy here, considering the position that he has in terms of information.
And here comes the gateways from MC. After choosing Blink, he is going to try and go for a gateway timing here. He's actually managed to sneak a probe out to the north, so the probe here, going to plant a pylon, obviously, going to start getting ready to launch his attack from. And currently, Rain is still in the dark. Does not know. MC's already chosen what he's going to do. Committed. Rain does not know what's going on. But he finds the probe and pylon. This is big. This is big because now he's starting to be like, oh, wait a minute. And then the observer on the other side of the map sees the units moving out. Rain knows what he's playing against now. Time to start building units, maybe an Immortal. Get ready because MC is going to attack.
Yeah, the fan out of the Phoenix there was really, really good on his side of the map. Didn't go too far either because, you've always got to be careful Phoenix versus Phoenix. You don't know really where they are when you don't have information on the middle of the map.
Rain's spot everything with the Observer now. He knows he's about to be attacked, but can he make the defense? It's a little bit too late.
Yeah.
He's going for an emergency Dark Shrine here because he sees that his opponent has no detection. He skipped the Robo. He played a little bit greedy here, trying to go for this attack. The Dark Shrine is his kind of hope in defending this, I feel, because he's pressured. He's built way too many probes. He's teched up a little bit too hard.
That's a lot of Stalkers here. Going to push up the ramp. Fortune Overcharge does get activated. Blinks straight on out. MC has to be careful. He also doesn't want to be lifting up any probes or anytime soon. He tried to before, but if you lift up and you get engaged upon, then some of those Phoenix just aren't firing, and then you're at a disadvantage.
I feel like the Dark Shrine here is not to get DTs in his opponent's mineral line. It's to use them defensively to defend. Because if he survives, he gets more Immortals and Blink and more Gateway units, then he'll have a better army because he's got a bigger income. DT squeezing out here is going to be huge for Rain's game.
Yeah, it's almost finished. Very, very close. 75% done, and the Rocks are going to go down, though, and this is going to make it easier for this huge army of MC to push up the ramp. 18 Stalkers against 11. That one Immortal is there. Second one's just about to pop.
10 seconds for the Dark Templar to enter the game, and they will start to push this back.
Robo is going to end up falling here if he's not careful. He actually picks up a lot of these Stalkers. They are sacrificed now, and that's a big deal. Yes, he got the Robo, and now he thinks he's in a good spot, but those Dark Templar with the Warping, that's going to make this a whole lot harder.
Yeah, and now he's just going to go and get as much damage done as well, and he's switching over to Void Rays because he needs some unit to get rid of these Stalkers. It's not the Immortals. He's actually going to use the DTs here to go past. He's not going to fight the army, which means he's going to have to use more defensively here. He does not have an army, I don't think, yet to fight this.
I think it's triggered by the fact that the Dark Templar, the Observer, still saw no detection over the other side of the map.
Well, he's doing it both. He's got one in the army and two going across the map.
The Immortals were negated really fast there. One of them fell to the Stalkers. Second one got picked up by the Phoenix as well. Phoenix numbers lowering for both players.
Use more DTs.
Yeah, all he has to do is get the DTs in there, and eventually they'll kill off a lot. They are killing off a lot of probes, though. Are the Zealots here for Rain?
And the Observer's going to see the robotics facility being made as an emergency here. Rain's going to go straight for that.
Yeah, he can just go straight for probes as well if he really wants to. 19 workers have fell for Rain, so a lot of workers have died off for him, but at the same time, he's holding his own with the Dark Templars. They have to do so much work.
They've got so much damage done already.
He's going to go for the Robo as well. This is, right now, MC has no income at all, and the Dark Templars defensively are just ripping everything apart.
They were the perfect unit, and it was all down to the Observer seeing exactly what MC had. The one weakness in this game.
Lost his Mothership Core as well. 4 Dark Templars on the defense are killing off everything. There you go, GG. Rain, by the skin of his teeth with those Dark Templars, advances on to the winner's final.
He was very close to being eliminated and pushed down to the lower bracket there by MC, who would have gone up against Hero, but Rain Smart little cookie, that guy. Adds in the right tech structure, the right units, and is able to make that defense really, really well done.
And it was at just the right time.
Yeah.
A Dark Shrine takes a long, long time to build in this game.
Yeah.
And
No hesitation, just straight for it.
Well, sadly, we won't see the MC hero just yet. We'll have to wait for BlizzCon for that. But our next series is Reign versus Hero, two of the best Protoss in the world. You couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, it's a perfect game here to decide which player will go through. Will we see Reign at another Intel Extreme Masters? It's been a long time. I think Intel Extreme Masters Cologne earlier this year in the previous season was the last time we saw him play in one. And of course, Heroes, the 3-time finalist, the 2-time champion. It's a perfect winner bracket final.
So join us after the break, guys, here for the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose qualifiers, when we have to find out who is going to be our first player from the Asian region to advance on. It's either Reign or Hero.